IGN. Like the crow in the fable, you just could not help yourself and just keep your mouth shut. Hello YouTube. I hope you guys are doing great. Today, I wanted to talk about the Humble Bundle a little bit. For all you folks that ignore what the Humble Bundle is, the Humble Bundle is a digital storefront for video games and books in which one can purchase pretty much any decent sized game that has launched for the PC. In addition to this, there are also a myriad of indie games to be purchased. Think of it like a Steam distributor in a way, but one in which the games can be bought a lot of the times for a very discounted price, thanks to them being included in a particular package called the bundle. However, what the Humble Bundle has become is far from what it was originally envisioned as. So, to get a little bit of insight onto these changes, let's take a look at the history of the Humble Bundle. The Humble Bundle was founded on May 2010 by Jeff Rosen of Wolfire Games. Although the first bundle released by the Humble Bundle was packaged while the budding company was still run by Wolfire Games, by the time the second bundle was released, the company had become a completely independent entity. From then on, the company would grow to offer a countless variety of these bundles, and eventually even start selling regular games for Steam, and even ebooks. The main twist that this company has when compared to some of its competitors is the fact that whenever one purchases a specific bundle, a percentage of one's purchase goes to charity. The way that this works is like this. When one is trying to purchase a bundle, the content contained within it is divided into tiers, and it is the customer's choice how much to spend in the bundle, and what tier of games one wants to get while purchasing it. Once the customer has decided how much they are going to pay for their fancied bundle, they have one more choice to make: how the money will be split between the charities that Humble Bundle sponsors and the developers of the games. This means that whenever you are purchasing games through the bundles that the Humble Bundle offers, your purchases are also contributing to a number of different charities. While this might not seem like such a big deal to some, I think that this helped the company gain the mass appeal that it now enjoys. After all, who wouldn't want to feel like they're helping someone else just by buying a game, and at a discounted rate at that? The company operated in this manner for several years, increasing the scope of not only its bundles, but also the games that could be purchased from the store at a discounted price, as long as one was subscribed to their monthly bundle service. However, just like everything in life, it was just too good to keep on going with no hiccups. So, with that in mind, let's flash forward to October 2017. On October 13, 2017, IGN, the massive gaming media conglomerate, announced that it had acquired Humble Bundle. This came as a gut punch to a number of gaming pundits as well as to the gamer population at large. The main reason for this is because IGN is not exactly the most trustworthy of the gaming media outlets, and to be honest, it is perceived by the public generally as a bit of a shill, whether this reputation is warranted or not. However, regardless of how people feel, there are certain undeniable facts that place this acquisition in the center of some controversies. The first thing we need to think about to understand how this acquisition generates some major issues is the fact that IGN is a gaming media giant, best known for reviewing games, and how this effectively influences the minds of the general gaming population at large regarding specific titles. For the majority of gaming pundits and hardcore gamers that keep themselves well informed with the in and outs of the gaming industry, an IGN review bears next to no weight on the selection of a specific title, as they tend to lean very heavily towards doling high scores, especially while reviewing AAA titles. This is the main characteristic that has earned them that shill reputation that we discussed before. However, to an average consumer who doesn't have the time or the inclination, to be honest, to wade through the myriad of reviews and scores to really find if a game is good, they will tend to gravitate towards a reviewer that looks bigger, more streamlined, and professional. So, IGN will be very appealing for this kind of user. As such, one has to accept that their power to sway public opinion is actually quite respectable. Now let's think through the problem that arises from this situation. Okay, so you have a media company that is able to sway public opinion regarding a certain game, and therefore the overall sales of that game. And then, that same media company decides to acquire a game retailer. Do you not think that said media company might be either inclined to give a new game a higher score in order to boost sales of that game through their retailer, or maybe siphon people to their website to purchase the game they have just reviewed, or heck, even both, I don't know. I think this generates a huge conflict of interest in regards to the operation of their reviews and how they might be affected by this acquisition. According to IGN's Executive Vice President Mitch Galbraith, Humble Bundle was a great fit for IGN, and that its purchase will help IGN to give something back through the Humble Bundle's charitable donations. This is all fine and normal corporate babble, but something else caught my attention. When pressed regarding the possible conflicts of interest that might arise from the acquisition, Galbraith said that IGN will strike the right balance when it comes to coverage of Humble Bundle and the games they sell. This is the statement that raised all sorts of red flags in my mind, instead of calming me down, as it was no doubt its original intended purpose. When I heard it, all I could think of was balance? What balance can be achieved within these two branches that does not in the end constitute a conflict of interest? In my very humble opinion, the only way to keep that conflict of interest in check is for IGN to completely keep the two branches of the company separate and independent in all aspects. Yet, even if I'm not a fortune teller, I do not foresee that this is what the company has in mind for the future of the beloved Humble Bundle. If you ask me, knowing IGN, the gaming business, and how these huge gaming companies like to carry themselves, I think that each of the two branches of the company will start to bleed onto one another, and therefore affect how each one acts regarding to the other. As such, I think that we are going to start seeing little links pointing people towards the Humble Bundle on IGN's reviews, and we're going to see the type of titles being offered through the bundle skew more towards the kinds of titles that are more in line with what IGN as a company wants to push. However, only time will tell. Now, I have been a Humble monthly subscriber for a while, and while this turn of events made me shiver, it also gave me a pretty good idea. I think that it is a worthwhile effort to document how the bundle changes now that it is owned by IGN. However, instead of just passively sitting looking at how the Humble Bundle changes, we can take a look at it together while it happens. It is to this effect that I have decided to start streaming through Twitch my playthroughs of the Humble Bundle monthly as it comes out. And after I complete or get a good look at all the games within that monthly bundle, we can compare them to the previous releases through a small video review that I will upload onto the YouTube channel. So jump with me down the rabbit hole of corporate interference as we experience together the changes this beloved service receives over time. Hey, and while you're at it, why not subscribe to my Twitch channel? You'll find a link in the description. As always, please let me know what you think about the current turn of events involving the Humble Bundle and this acquisition by IGN. And if you agree with me, please like the video. Also, please comment your different ideas on what this constitutes for a company like IGN. And if you agree with what Mitch Galbraith is saying during his little press release. Now, if you like gaming content like this, consider subscribing to the channel for weekly content. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you visit me on Twitch. This is Cheps, and I will see you soon.